This is a smart doorknob lock that installs quickly, and then it has either a code or fingerprint control so you can open it. I'm going to show you what you get in the box, how it installs, and how it works, so stick around. So this is actually the third smart lock by GHome that I've installed over the last few months. And this one is different in that it's not a deadbolt. It's just a doorknob lock, but it's a smart doorknob lock. It's pretty unique on the market in that way.
So what do you get in the box? You get a lock in the box. Well, okay, it's a smart lock. And at that, it's a really neat one. It's a doorknob, so it's not a deadbolt lock, like I was saying earlier. But it's a solid metal piece, and then it has a battery with it, a rechargeable battery. It has the brains, it has a keypad and a fingerprint button, and all of this installs just like a regular lock. So pretty easy stuff here. I'm going to be showing you the install in just a second. But for the price, these locks are not cheap. If you just go buy a regular dumb lock at your local hardware store, you're going to spend 2/3 of what you would spend on this smart lock.
So this is an interesting battery. I've never seen one like this before, and maybe that's just me. But so this is the battery goes inside. I'm going to pre-charge it here, but it's got a USB outlet on it, but it's set up like a regular, I don't know what you call it, but the design is interesting. So I'm going to plug it in. Voila. So I'm going to give you a look at my installation here, and as I've installed these, I am really impressed with the GHome product and the line, the quality that they offer. So installation only took me 10 to 15 minutes here to switch out the other lock for this one, and you'll see I'm installing it beneath the deadbolt that I installed very recently. So that's a fingerprint deadbolt by GHome, and now this is the doorknob version. I was actually going to install it inside here on my closet. Now we live in an old home, and you can see my doorknobs they're kind of old, and they have a very small hole, and they have a unique setup that they are put in with, and this just wasn't going to work, and I wasn't willing to install a new door to cut a larger hole in one of these. So I decided to install it where it made sense on this outdoor door. And it's set up, it can do an outdoor door. It has weather sealing around it, and it's going to work in this area, I think, very well. But you could also install this inside. I think it'd be very useful if you rent out an Airbnb or something like that, and you need that space you have to lock up for your own belongings. So, or just a space to lock up to keep things away from other people in your house. So, lock up something for safety reasons to keep it from the kids or whatnot. So this little lock actually runs on this unique battery that you put in, and you can recharge this battery and pop it out when you need to. So you can see the installation here is a fairly easy one. It's just a doorknob putting in, you're switching it out in most cases. If you do not have a hole for your door and it's a brand new installation, then you're looking at a different type of work here, and you probably need to research how to make that hole in your door and buy a kit at your hardware store. But for this one, this was already here and it fit in the hole, and the connections are made. It's well thought out here. The cover comes off so you can get to the screws and put it in and connect. And like I said, it's a very good quality metal product. It feels like it will last a long time. Now the GHome app that you set up with is fine. It's no bells and whistles, and it's not an app I would want to use every day, but for setting up the lock, it's fine.
Once you've set up users, you can enter fingerprints, and then just a little push of the button, not even push, but just putting your fingerprint there allows you to open the knob. So really smooth, easy operation. So one aspect to talk about with this is this automatic locking feature. And so I know there's some debate out there about whether or not that's a good thing. And on a lock where you could get locked out, it's probably not a good thing. But with this lock, it makes sense, because once it's closed, if all the people who are supposed to access it have their fingerprints in,
then it's great for it to lock. You're not going to forget. All you got to do is put your thumb against it when you come back up, and it's ready to open. So, you know, I see this as a case where the automatic locking feature really works, and you can have it always set for that because it's going to close, it's going to lock, and you can get back in whenever you need to. So you can also punch in the numbers on this lock, put in a code for it, and then use the numbers, and you know, maybe something happens, the fingerprint doesn't work, or maybe you need to give a temporary code to somebody else to get in. And so you just have so many options with a smart lock that you don't have otherwise. So that's where I think that these are going to be really helpful to use, and you can imagine, I would say, many uses for this. So at this price point, is this the product for you? I'll link to it below and you can decide that. So take a look and see if this is what you're looking for. I think it's very practical. So I do a lot of DIY, I do a lot of smart home stuff, and where those come together, I really enjoy that. So subscribe to the channel if you would, we would appreciate it. And see some more like this. The other 2 videos I have on the deadbolt locks for GHome, you may want to check those out. I'll link to them here. And we can see if those are something you would like also. Pretty cool device, huh? So hope this video is helpful as you look into smart locks for your home. And this is one that I think you're going to want to evaluate and see if this is the right thing for you. So thanks for watching today. Hope it was helpful.